Hello. All right. So we're going to go over observation skills. So this is like the first part of forensics. We're starting really with the basics. You did your vocab. So some of these, the words will be familiar. So we're going to look at observation skills. So say you have 30 seconds to look at this picture. I will then give you a series of questions about your observations. So keep looking at it. Try and observe everything you can. And we'll see if you can catch everything. All right, so here's some questions. What color was the truck? What did the sign say that was posted on the light pole? What was the speed limit? What did the sign on the second light pole say? What was the make and model of the van that was approaching the truck? Did the truck have a passenger? What time of day was the photo taken? So I'm going to back it up so you can see this again. All right. I hope you got all your answers, that you're very, very observant. So, why is this important? Why are we looking at observation skills? Well, forensics investigators must rely on their ability to observe, interpret, and report observations clearly. Examiners must be able to identify the evidence, record it, and determine its significance. This is difficult because human error is always a possibility, and you will see why this is the case. Okay, so one of the things you got to know is we are constantly gathering information around our surroundings, like constantly. Everything that's going on right now, you are gathering information using your five senses: taste, touch, sight, smell, and taste, touch, sight, smell, and hearing. Like all of that at all times, you have all these going on. But here's the thing, your brain is filtering this information because it can't hold all of the information on that is observed on a daily basis. Your brain pays attention to details, and so ignore what I just said. It can't hold all of the information that is observed on a daily basis. There's just way too much to remember every second of every minute of every day. Some people have great memories and they can observe and record all this information. But for the most part, most people cannot do this. So paying attention to details takes a very, very conscious effort to happen, to make yourself remember every single thing. Observations cannot be confused with perceptions. Perceptions are made because of an observation. So the difference between perceptions and observation. Observation, remember, something from the five senses. Perception is what you infer from that, or you come to a determination. It's just like in science class. Observations, and you infer something from it, or you perceive something from it. So for an example, if you get cold every time you go into a bank, then you believe that all banks are cold. So your observation is going into a bank, it's cold. You go into another bank, it's cold. You go into a third bank, it's cold. So you interpret or perceive that every single bank is cold. All banks are cold. Pardon me. All right, so observation. What flavor is this ice cream? Well, it is vanilla. You may have thought this ice cream was strawberry or like peppermint or something like that, when in reality it is just pink colored vanilla. You made the perception because you believe since strawberry ice cream is pink or peppermint ice cream is pink, then all pink ice cream must be strawberry or peppermint. Perceptions can be faulty because not all banks are cold. Not all pink ice cream is strawberry, nor is it all vanilla. So here's the thing. Remember what I said? You observe a lot of stuff, like every second of every minute of every day. There's a lot of information assaulting your brain. Well, what assaults your brain gets filtered down to what you pay attention to. So you're right now watching this and listening to this. So you're not paying attention, or should not be, really not supposed to be paying attention to everything that's going around you. So there could be a band playing in the other room. You're not paying attention to that. You're paying attention to this, what you're watching right now. And then you're making your perceptions based off of this. Like, man, this is boring. That's a perception. And then it gets filtered down even more into a smaller amount, which gets stored in your short-term memory, which is also why I have you take notes so that you can remember some of this later. And then finally, it gets filtered all the way down to one long-term memory, which could be, yeah, I watched that video like forever ago. That would be your long-term memory. I don't remember what it was, but I remember she was talking and I don't know, something happened. That's the one thing you remember. Because memories fade with time, especially long-term memories. Like it fades. I can't tell you, I don't remember much from what happened when I was in middle school, but I can somewhat remember everything that happened yesterday. If you don't use it, you lose it. That is exactly what happens with memory. So there's 4 lobes or 4 regions of your brain that go along with memory. You've got the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, the occipital lobe, and the temporal lobe. So the frontal lobe, it's associated with reasoning, planning. It's even got parts of speech, your emotions, and problem solving. The parietal lobe, that's associated with movement, orientation, recognition, perception of stimuli, like what's going around you at this moment. The occipital lobe is associated with visual processing, what you are seeing right now. And then lastly, you have the temporal lobe. That's the auditory section where from what you hear, it's associated with hearing perceptions, memory from hearing, and speech, how you can hear speech. So overall, forensics investigators are not only people that rely on good observation skills to solve crimes. Many times, investigators must rely on observation skills of the eyewitnesses at a crime scene. Today, we will watch an episode of Brain Games to see how observation skills are important to eyewitnesses. Now, I'm going to give you a little heads up on the brain game. It'll take you at least 60 minutes to go through. So plan your time wisely. Do not exit out. You exit out, you have to start from the beginning, and that will suck. So try not to do that. If you have any questions, make sure you send me an email. Let me know, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All right? Besides that, I hope you guys have a great day.